Have you ever gotten mad at someone for not following through on what they said and then realize that you do the same thing to yourself every time? Yeah, that one hit me. Just the other day, I told someone something important and something actually simple, and they didn't do it. And I was quite furious. Not because it was life or death or it was the most crucial business they would do it. I was mad because they said they would do something and they didn't. And this is not the first time it's happening to me. This is not the first time. This is not the second. There's been a common recurrence that I see that I keep finding myself in me getting mad at someone for not doing what they said. And I'm like, I do the same thing every single time. I say I will do something and I don't keep the promise. I say I will not do something and I end up doing it. And I'm talking about bad habits there. I got so mad and I was angry at this person for so long. And I said to myself, if you're this mad at someone for not keeping such a simple promise, I think you should be more hard on yourself for all the promises you have broken to yourself over the past years. Not waking up early, not sticking to the gym, sleeping 5 minutes longer when you said you wake up 5 minutes ago, starting a YouTube channel, so many promises, starting a business. I've broken so many promises and I didn't realize I was also losing trust in myself because right now I have lost trust in that person that said they were going to do something for me. And they're not the first person that this has happened to. I used to know people that said they would do something and not end up doing it. I knew a friend that said she wanted to go to the gym. I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym, that's fine. And she was going to be my gym partner and I was going to train with her. But she quit after 2 weeks. Not that I wasn't surprised. Like I wasn't even expecting, honestly. Not because I didn't think we were going to fail, but because this wasn't the first time, the second time, or the third time. They usually end up talking about the action and not end up doing the action. And at first, I was very, I was mad. Obviously, I was mad, but I wasn't like confrontational with her when I was mad. I was just like, why don't you come to gym anymore? You know, put it in a way where I question their motivation and their discipline. Well, as time got on, I realized that I should also do the same. Even though this was earlier, years before me making this video, like those events have stuck with me, and that was not the only scenario where I found myself questioning a friend's ability to go through with something they said. Many of the scenarios I could pluck out of my head. And now I'm just here and I was filming for this. I was filming at this person. Why didn't you do what he said? Why didn't you do what he said? Now I'm less trust. I have less trust in that person than I would have 1 week ago. Because we all know people who say they will do something, and they just keep on saying, they said it 4 weeks ago, they said it 2 weeks ago, they said it 3 weeks ago. And you realize that, oh, you have been saying this for 4 months now. You're probably never going to do this. So the next time you're going to say it, I'll just be all deaf ears and I'll be like, okay. And maybe sometimes I'll question them like, you say I'm going to do it, but why would you start it? You know, like the first step is usually the hardest. Like you just pick up momentum from there, right? I put it in a way where I'm not being hard on them. I'm just like asking them like, I thought you wanted this so bad. But they'll come up with excuses and I want to push them. I won't be angry at them, but again, it's their responsibility as I don't know. Maybe I should have done more. I really don't know. I'm not sure. But I got tired of being someone that criticizes others and not criticize myself. I've always been hard on myself. Obviously, I am in my head a lot. I negative self-talk every time. But this huge thing of not keeping promises to yourself, it gets to you. And I mean, it just stacks up and you never know when you don't trust yourself at all, even though you say you're going to do something. Suddenly, I started taking my own advice about like being mad, about like going through what you said you would do. You say you're going to do something, do it. And I've been trying to keep up this promise to myself in recent years, in recent months. And I've been doing more consistently for, than for the first 16, 20 years of my life. I've been doing it more recently in the past 6 months now than I have in the past 10, 15 years. That I don't know. Like since I've been a teenager. It's crazy, man. How you hold other people accountable, but you don't hold yourself accountable. And I think the reason why we sleep is because no one is watching you, and there's no disappointment, there's no guilty look, there's no accountability really. There's just silence, and that silence can either be guilt or peace, depending on how you're doing, really. And keeping promises to yourself is lonely work, but it builds self trust, like I've mentioned. But the thing is, yeah, I can keep mentioning others, but I'm also not perfect. I am working on catching myself in keeping those promises that I said I would. Those little promises, not the ones that catches everyone's attention, but the ones that mean something to me. And I think that's a quiet part of me becoming the kind of person I want to be. Not louder, not productive, just dependable and reliable. I would like to hear your thoughts if you have ever had yourself in scenarios where you caught yourself not keeping promises. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below, and if you can relate, drop a like and